Welcome to the Koso Konnections podcast, where the ancient art of Japanese fermentation science meets modern natural health. Embark with us on a journey of transformation, exploring age-old wellness practices through inspiring discussions, expert advice, and personal stories. Discover how these traditions can revolutionize your health and well-being today.
Welcome back to Koso Konnections. Today's episode is extra special. We're celebrating strength, new beginnings, and the beautiful journey into motherhood. I'm your host, Nika Cortez. And of course, I'm not alone today. I've got my amazing co-host with me, Karen Manzingo, Jessica Harmons, and the one and only Dr. Sue. So, our guest today is stepping into one of the most life-changing roles there is, becoming a mother. So, let's all give a warm and joyful welcome to the amazing Jessica Mertens.
Hi.
Hey, Jessica, thanks so much for being here. We're really excited to have you. I was wondering a little bit about your journey with Koso Med. What got you interested in Koso Med, and what do you remember first about being interested in it?
Well, it was just a friend telling me about it and how great it had been for her. I trusted her and wanted to see some of those same results. So I'm like, yeah, I'll try it. I mean, when a friend tells me she loves something, I'm willing to try it if I have those same kind of things that I need to fix or work on too. So it was pretty simple for me to try it. I didn't have much pushback or questions. I'm like, how do I order?
The best kind of a friend, really.
I know when you first tried it, Jessica, that you did have some difficulties. Did you want to talk a little bit about your experience when you first tried the products?
Yeah, I kind of forget about it now. I think it's been like 9 months since I tried it. So I actually kind of forgot about that. But yeah, it was interesting. I kept drinking it, but I was having actually a lot of urinary issues. I had a UTI for the first time in my life. And I don't know if it was because like just trying to get toxins out and that's just how it came out. But I kept drinking it and it went away and I got the good results that I was looking for. So it was worth that pain.
And now you're a believer and your mom, you and your mom, which is great. I love sharing it with my mom too.
Yeah. She was the first person I mean, my husband I told about, of course I told him about it, but other than that, she was the first person I told about it.
Was your mom easy to bring along to? Like, was she like you? Like, okay, Jessica says this is the good stuff. I'm in.
Yeah, super easy.
That's great.
Yes. So, Jessica, I just wanted to ask you this question about your motherhood. Let's rewind to that life-changing moment when you found out you were going to be a mom. What was running through your mind? How did you feel in that instant?
Well, I found out 2 days after my 40th birthday. So, and this is my 5th pregnancy. So I was pretty shocked, disbelief. I cried happy tears and tears of, oh my gosh, I'm starting over. I have a 15, a 13, and a 7-year-old. So, there was a lot of different emotions, none bad, definitely happy, but also like, holy crap. This is really happening again. And I actually kept it to myself for a week. I didn't tell anyone, including my husband, for a whole week. So
what happened when you finally told him?
He didn't believe me. He thought I was kidding. He absolutely did not believe it. He was like, no way. Like he was in disbelief just like I was. So it took, we were on a walk and when I told him, and it probably took 10 minutes of me saying, no, like really, I'm not kidding, for him to be like, oh, and then, he didn't react in any kind of bad way, which I was a little bit worried about his reaction just because as a man, he thinks about the finances first. So that's why I was like, I need to process this myself before I tell him, but he was great. His reaction, of disbelief and then never didn't freak out in front of me at least about it. So
how does the pregnancy this time compare to your past ones? I know we kind of talked about that a little bit, just the two of us, but I'd love for you to share the differences just in your health between this time and before. And like you said, you just turned 40, so pregnancy shouldn't get easier, they should get harder. So I'd love to hear about your experience and your health during this time.
Yeah, this one is a lot different. And I have a boy and girl. So I know every pregnancy people say they're all different and genders are different. But I do have both genders and have had several pregnancies. And all of them except for this one, I was sick from basically like week 6 until week 20. Like sick every single day, nauseous, in bed, throwing up all day long, not just morning, but all throughout the day. And I didn't have that at all this time. I was actually, I mean, I was happy about that, but that was also like my reassurance that I was pregnant. I was still pregnant before because I have lost a baby as well. So mentally, it was a lot harder this time because I wasn't physically sick. So while it was a positive for sure, it was also a little bit harder mentally.
Like, baby, are you still there?
Yeah. Like I would, milk has always bothered me when I'm pregnant, and it still does during this pregnancy. So there were times where I would drink milk just to make sure it still bothered me, because I didn't have other symptoms that I had with all the other pregnancies of being sick all the time.
Wow.
So it's been a lot different. Now I'm 26 weeks pregnant, so my belly's pretty big. Even though the baby's still sitting really low, my uterus is grown to where, I don't know if it's still going to grow, but it's up there pretty high just because it knows what to do. And so my belly's pretty big. So my back's hurting, and honestly, I don't remember if it hurt this early last time, but that's really, I think, the only thing that I can think of that's harder this time. That probably has to do with my age. And everything else has been easier or the same. The last time I was pregnant was 8 years ago. When I was 30.
Wow.
Wow, that's such a difference in age. I feel like for me too, when I got older, pregnancy was a little bit more difficult, but I never actually experienced like a good one. So that's awesome for you. So what was it like then, like with your family, working? How were you able to balance all of that with your pregnancy? Like, how do you feel like you have been doing physically, emotionally, mentally?
I mean, I don't know that I've balanced it well. There's definitely things that have gone on the back burner because it's a lot to grow a baby. But as my other kids are getting older, I've just realized that they're growing so fast. So I have the things that have gone on the back burner have been more business things rather than family things. So especially this summer, my kids just went back to school today. So this summer, I definitely did my best to still make memories with them and take them places and do things with them that they wanted to do, and not put that to the side because I can't do it all. So I don't know if I've balanced it super well. I just kind of put things to the back burner a little bit while I'm building a life. But that's been hard mentally too, because if you know me, you know it's not easy for me to put business to the side. It's definitely been difficult, but necessary. So I just keep telling myself it won't be forever.
I know with like you and I, we've had talks about business and how Koso Med is like your plans with Koso Med, and I know that you're very hopeful that you can still do business, but do it in a different kind of way, in a way that you can put your family first. I'd love to hear more about that.
Yeah, so I mean, with Koso Med, it is a way different kind of business than what I've been doing for the last 8 years, and I don't plan to stop doing that, but I do plan for Koso Med to take like the front runner spot in my, like, where I focus my business and where I focus my time for work, and the other one just be more of for fun thing. Whereas not that it wasn't fun, but it was definitely work and intentional work. So I would really love for Koso Med to become what I mainly do. I think it's a lot more flexible and not as, I feel like it would be a lot easier to do with a newborn than what I'm currently. So I have focused more, maybe the same, on Koso Med as the other, where if I weren't pregnant, I probably wouldn't have.
So yes, Jessica, pregnancy isn't always easy, but you make it look so beautiful. So I can tell how much love and strength you're bringing into this chapter of your life. So what's been the biggest challenge for you during this pregnancy, and how has Cosmed helped you through it?
I think the biggest challenge, besides not being able to do everything that I want to do while being pregnant, not being able to focus as much as I want on CosoMed and my other business and be there for my kids and my husband. That has been very hard. Other than that, I think the hard thing for me, and it is still business related, is because I was already taking the products before I got pregnant, and they were already in my body for 3 months, and I had gotten used to it. And it's been 8 years since I was pregnant, so I remember the sickness for sure from my past pregnancies. But other than that, it's kind of been hard to remember what I felt like then and how the products, I know they're still helping me mentally, I know that, but I've just been so used to them that it's been hard to tell my friends this is what it's still doing for me when so much of my body is changing during pregnancy.
It definitely makes sense. I stopped counting how many Koso babies we have now. It's quite interesting because a lot of people start taking Koso and, well, they get pregnant. And then they call up the company and say, like, you become a parent almost every day in the Koso company, where people call up and they go, "Oh, I'm pregnant. Well, congratulations." But I think for you, Jessica, one of the key elements for you is that the complaint cycle. The hard part is not there. And I think Koso probably has helped with that. Of course, having children with the gap is obviously a little bit different. But obviously it has helped. I know from other previous people that have had children, so to speak, that their journey was a lot smoother. And we met in Scottsdale, and I didn't know you were pregnant at that time. And not that you didn't look pregnant, I just had no idea because we were at the pool and everybody looked very comfortable. But the kind of people that I see that are pregnant, they're constantly up and down and complaining, and I didn't see that with you. So that was really when Jessica said to me, "Oh, she's pregnant," I said, "Oh, really?" So yeah, the surprise was all there. But obviously you look great. I think you'll have a beautiful child. It'll be a very healthy child. And I could tell you stories in private about many, many couples that tried so hard, and somehow Koso has lit up their life. I always talk about those magical lights, but magical lights are one thing, keeping them lit is another thing. And I'm very happy that you're going through this journey and you're going to have a very healthy and happy baby. So looking forward to you when you're all done. And in Japanese, they say "gambate," which means put your big effort into CosoMed and do your very best. So I can see you in Alaska. I guess that would be the next stage. So my little speech is about to end. One last question for you, and it's something that I'm always interested in couples that work together. How is the relationship with you and your husband when it comes to the work atmosphere? Whether it's your previous company or your current company, or whether it's with CosoMed, do you find it to be something that is relaxing, or do you find it something to be unrelaxing, I guess would be the word? So feel free to answer that any way that you would like to answer that. So.
Well,
okay.
Yeah, we don't work together. We both work from home, but he would help me with anything that I asked him to help me with. I just typically don't, unless it's like this. I'm like, okay, make sure the kids stay upstairs. But with business stuff, we don't typically work together. However, when he did come home and stopped working in the office and was working from home, that was an adjustment because I had already been working from home for probably 4 years at that point. And our youngest was home with me, so I wasn't by myself, but I wasn't used to another adult working in the house. So it was definitely an adjustment on when he was on calls, and it's different seeing your husband be a professional rather than being a dad and a husband. So there was a lot of, oh my gosh, he's so loud on the phone. Why is he so loud? But we've definitely worked that out. He works either down in the basement, or if it's warm outside, he's outside a lot. Not because I kick him out or kick him down here or anything, but that's just what works best for him. And he'll go, to a coffee shop or to the library, and he likes to get out and about. And
knock, knock, who's there, right?
He's lucky that his job is flexible that way. Yeah.
I was going to say,
I have been
being sent outside.
Politely asked in meetings, because my meetings generally can be quite loud. Because I get a lot of questions. People are very curious as to this and that. And so when there's other people doing something very serious, like Miss Manzango, they come and let me know that, maybe you could move outside. So, yeah.
Great. I would say, Jessica, I love working with you so much. Jessica's always on top of it. She's always thinking of ideas and how to make something better. And she's messaging me all the time saying, how about this? Is this okay? Am I bugging you? No, you're not bugging me. She's always just trying to be the next best version of herself. And I love working with you for that reason.
Thank you.
I would like to ask, what is one product or one thing about CosoMed that you wish other people could understand?
Oh, that's such a hard question because I feel like there's so much. But I think it's the fermentation, because I think that's such a big part of it, and it's a part of all of the products, and it's really a key to the products and how well they work. So I think that because we don't really have that in the United States, there's some things that are fermented, but nothing like how these products are fermented. So I just think a lot of people, including myself, before I knew about CosoMed, I didn't understand what fermentation did. So I just wish that everyone could understand how important that is and what a huge thing that is, that
answer.
all of these products are fermented.
Yes. Jessica, it's been so inspiring and listening to your journey and the wisdom you've shared with us today. So before we wrap up, I'd like to ask you this question. If you could leave our listeners with one piece of advice about embracing change, challenges, and the beauty of new beginnings, what would it be?
I would say to take a step back. When you find out you're having this huge change, what I did was I took a step back and kept it to myself for a week so I could process what was going on, what was going to happen, how I was going to process others' feelings about these big changes. So I got myself taken care of first, and then I was able to share with other people so that I knew I was already taken care of. I was already good with what was happening and what was going on with my body and what would be happening over the next 9 months. So I would just say, don't be afraid to take care of yourself first. And, there's nothing wrong with doing that, with making sure that you're okay first with big changes before sharing them and before asking other people about advice for the big changes if that's what you're going to do.
That's amazing. So, Jessica, thank you so much for opening up with your heart and sharing your story with us today. I know so many listening will really relate to what you've been through.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you all, everybody.
So, to our amazing listeners, thank you for joining us on this special episode of Koso Connections. So, be sure to subscribe, share this with someone who needs encouragement, and until next time, take care of yourselves and each other. So always remember, stay healthy, stay happy, and of course, stay connected. Bye.
Bye, everyone.